Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another market update. Today is May 16th, and we will be going over the markets. So, first of all, starting with the stock market, we can see here we had our COVID-19 crash, followed by a rally and a dip here of about 5%, which has got a lot of people looking to go short. If you saw my video last week, I showed you three ways to profit from a downturn in the market, so make sure you check out that video. But looking into a little bit more detail and trying to predict the market here a little bit more, we can see here that we've really created a new channel of price just chopping sideways here, and we've just hit the support, and it looks like we may actually be setting up for a higher move. And what I think a lot of people expect this market to go down, and I just get a feeling um, that we're going to have a surprise pop to the upside that's going to catch everyone off guard. Everyone's short. They're going to be forced to cover their short positions by buying, and then once they exit and their stop loss gets hit here, then all the buyers in the market will dry up, and the selling pressure will resume. Maybe looking something like the following here that I'm going to show you. So maybe we get a pop and a move higher, and then that's when we continue to see our downturn going into August and into later in the year. So those are my thoughts on the stock market. Personally, I'm not heavily invested in stocks. I'm mostly in cash, gold, and bonds. So if we look here at Treasury bonds, this is the 30-year. You can see here that we've been holding up pretty well, even though we've had this very strong move. We haven't really seen any counterforce to the downside, which is indicating that a lot of buyers are holding their positions here. And so TLT, again, is something that's inversely correlated to the market. Here's TLT, the ticker is an ETF that holds US Treasury bonds. That's holding up well, and if we see a downturn, then I would like to see my position start to increase in value. But if we see this continue to trend down, then I'll just sell and take my profits there. Looking at the VIX, this is the volatility index for the S&P 500. We could see here that we did have a small spike last week. It's trending down. I'll be watching this closely to see if this starts trending higher. Then we know that we're in a fear on market, and the stock market's probably taking a decline. Looking at gold here, we see that we're, again, in the last 2 days, we started to move higher. We did have a wedge pattern here setting up, right? And so my fear was actually that we would break down and then go higher, but it seems to be that the market is moving higher here by its own. And so I'll be very interested to see if we can get to the all-time highs here at 1950. Moving on to silver. Silver's also been doing great, also had a huge breakout. You can see that silver's really been outperforming gold. This is the gold to silver ratio. And since this is going down, we can see that silver has been outperforming gold as of late. But the trend has been that gold outperformed. So maybe this is a reversal of the trend. It's still too early to say, but if we get some kind of pullback into the zone, then I would be looking to accumulate silver against against gold, to hopefully benefit from this trend of silver outperforming gold. So very interesting to see there. Moving on to Bitcoin, which is our next asset class. We just passed the halving a few days ago, and we are up since that event. Yesterday and the day before that were down days, and if we zoom out, we can see that we're at pretty critical levels here. If I draw a little trend line here, we can see that we're just here at this inflection point. So the question is, do we break higher from 10,000 and revisit 12,000 and potentially even 14,000? Or is this too much resistance? And if the stock market starts to go down, does Bitcoin also make a similar type of move before going up to the upside? Maybe something more like that. It's impossible for me to predict. So what I do is I never go all in. My portfolio is about 60% cryptocurrencies, 40% cash, just to reflect my uncertain market outlook. But if we do get a dip here, then I'll be changing my allocation to either 90 or 80% invested. Looking at some of the altcoins real quick, Ethereum is holding up. If we do Ethereum BTC, so Ethereum versus Bitcoin, kind of like the gold to silver ratio, we see here that Ethereum is coming to a low relative to Bitcoin, and as such, this may present to be a good buying opportunity. Very similar situation here is occurring in Tezos as well, which is a great coin, as well as Link. So all of the top coins, all of the top altcoins here are at cycle lows, which makes me very bullish on the altcoin space in general. So that was it, guys. Very quick. Those are my thoughts on the market. Again, I'm staying mostly in cash and mostly conservative. I'm not making big swings in US equities or taking any short positions for that matter, but mostly staying on the sidelines in terms of my equities, US equities exposure, and staying mostly invested in my Bitcoin and cryptocurrency exposures, especially more weighted towards the altcoins. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. I also have a trading group chat, and you can contact me if you have any other questions in the comments below or at the contact info in the description. This is Noah, and thanks again. I'll catch you in the next video.